Welcome back to the GSMC Golf Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. We're talking top 10 best golfers in the world, and I think we should just get right into this segment. Don't you? When we're talking about the top 10 best golfers in the world, I'm going to start by he was at fourth on my list about a month ago when I did this most recently. Ludwig Oberg, he has not played golf in a very long time. That's why he is number 10. He hasn't played since the PGA Championship. Didn't look too great in the PGA Championship. Of course, he played amazing the Masters. The first half or the first part of the season, he looked fantastic. The young Swede, that's where he's from. I was thinking about the flag. The young Swedish phenom, Ludwig Oberg, he is number 10th on my list. One of the best, one of the best golf swings in golf that if you're taking a robot to a golf swing, it's Ludwig Oberg's swing. He's been fantastic all season long. So he is coming in at my number 10. Has had a very impressive start, but has slowed down. That's why he dropped 6 spots to number 10. He was fourth. I might have overreacted with that fourth, but nonetheless, number 9 will be Sahith Theegala. Sahith Theegala had a pretty solid outing at the RBC Canadian Open. He kind of fell off at the end of it. He ended up finishing, looking at the leaderboard, he ended up cut. Actually, he did not have a good, he was supposed to have a good week. I predicted him to be amongst the leaderboard. But he was not able to turn it around on Friday after shooting 4 over on Thursday, and he ended up cut, but he is 5th in the FedEx Cup standings right now, and you have to respect that. He has had a very good season. Still very young is Sahith Theegala, only turning pro, I believe, last year, if I'm not mistaken, or only joining the tour in 2022. Sorry. Has played in 91 events, has won once on tour, 5 top 10s, now 5th in the FedEx Cup standings. So pretty impressive what he's been able to do this year. Sahith Theegala, 5th in the FedEx Cup standings. That's why he is number 9th on this list. He jumps up from 10th. He was number 10 on my list. Byung-Hun An was the one that I still don't know how to pronounce his name. It's a South Korean name, and that's not very. It doesn't translate very well to English. So, he fell off of my top 10. Sahith Theegala jumps up, and Max Homa comes in at number 8 here. He stays in the exact same spot. Hasn't played too much golf, but he is a fantastic golfer. I've watched him play amazing, of course, winning in very, very important golf tournaments throughout his career. So he stays pat at number 8. Hasn't really played too much golf lately, so I don't move him too much in spite of that. Of course, top 10 official world golf ranking as well for Max Homa. So yeah, he just stays pat at number 8 because he hasn't played too much golf as of late. That rhymed. And then Patrick Cantlay comes in at number 7. This is the guy that jumps into my top 10 with the falling out of Byung-Hun An. The reason he jumps in is because we're going into the Memorial Weekend, and he has the second most cash earned or money earned at the Memorial Tournament of anybody, only second to Tiger Woods himself, who has won the tournament 4 times in his career. So you got to respect that when you're talking about Patrick Cantlay. Now he is 7th. 2-time winner at the Memorial, could overtake Tiger Woods if he wins the Memorial this year in money earned at the event. So you got to respect that when you're talking about Patrick Cantlay. That's why I have him at number 7. It might just be for 1 week, but we'll see how he plays at the Memorial. He could definitely take it down. This is a course that he loves. It absolutely plays to his strength. Very approach-heavy course. So Patrick Cantlay can definitely make some noise this weekend, and he is number 7th on the list for that reason. That takes me into number 6, where it is Wyndham Clark. He stays pat at number 6. Hasn't played golf too much, despite of his fantastic start to the year. 4th in the FedEx Cup ranking. That's why he is pretty high on this list. He's won on tour 3 times. He won at Pebble Beach this year. He has played pretty well this entire season. Going through the early parts of the season was amazing. As of late, kind of has not played too well. Hasn't played since the PGA Championship. So we'll see if he comes back into the field at the Memorial or at the U.S. Open. He has been cut from the 2 majors he's played in, so that's why he cannot move up. But he is the official world golf number 4, if I'm not mistaken. I think right now it's Scotty, Rory, Xander, Wyndham, I think is the official world golf rankings. So Wyndham Clark stays at number 6 because he is doing pretty well in the FedEx Cup standings. He is a fantastic golfer. He could definitely win any week on tour. Number 5, Victor Hovland comes in at number 5. For this weekend, really, he is the reigning Memorial Cup champion. He has played very well on tour in his last few starts. Of course, finishing second in the PGA Championship, had a chance at winning that, but of course Xander Schauffele goes end to end and plays absolutely amazing at Valhalla. Victor Hovland also played amazing. We saw vintage Victor for that weekend, and that gave me enough hope to say this guy is back. He won the FedEx Cup last year. Overall winner of so many events, winning the Memorial, winning the Tour Championship. So I give the nod to Victor Hovland because I, of course, believe that he is a fantastic golfer. The BMW Championship, by the way, is the name of the tournament for the top 50 that I was blanking on earlier in this podcast. It came back to me. I knew it would. But yes, Victor Hovland won that as well last year. I believe he won the BMW and the Tour Championship, securing the FedEx Cup last year. Number 5, because he is still a fantastic golfer. Number 4 now, Colin Morikawa. Pretty weird year for Colin Morikawa. He is pretty high up on the FedEx Cup standings. He is 6th on the FedEx Cup standings. When you're looking at his results on the year, it's been very up and down. The 27-year-old has played pretty good golf as of late, finishing 4th at the Charles Schwab, tied for 4th at the PGA Championship, 16th at the Wells Fargo, 9th at the RBC Heritage, tied for 3rd at the Masters. Played pretty well as of recent, but earlier in the season he has been pretty bad. He stays at number 4, hasn't won on tour. He hasn't played in fields too much as of late. Of course, not playing in the RBC Canadian Open, but last appearing at the Charles Schwab Challenge. He needs to win one for him to move up, basically, because 1, 2, 3 are locked into place, and we're going to get right into 1, 2, and 3. It is still Rory McIlroy at 3rd. This is what I was talking about earlier, and this is the conversation I kind of wanted to get into a little bit more here. Rory McIlroy is closer to Colin Morikawa than he is to Xander Schauffele right now, and maybe a little bit spoilers ahead of my rankings, but I feel like 1 and 2 are kind of obvious right now in the world golf. Rory McIlroy hasn't been fantastic in these big field events. He won the Zurich Classic, which is a partners tournament, so I don't know how much I count that for him, and he won the Wells Fargo Championship. Not too big of a field was that event either. It was, barring the PGA Championship, of course, the biggest field that we've seen in the last month, as we've seen a lot of short fields in May. Hopefully we kind of turn the page on that, as June has 3 signature events, including the U.S. Open, which is a major. So we're gonna have fields again, and I'm very excited to have that back. But for Rory McIlroy, he cannot move up until he wins one of these bigger tournaments, which this number 2 guy, that leads us right into Xander Schauffele, and he deserves number 2 because he won the PGA Championship. He is one of 2 guys that can say, I am currently holding a major for the year of 2024. The other one is the number 1 overall golfer in the world, and he's not moving for a very long time. Xander Schauffele is playing fantastic golf on approach, on drives. He's playing safe. He's playing conservative when he needs to, and he's attacking early in tournaments. He's playing great golf. Winning the Wanamaker at the PGA Championship solidifies him number 2 on this list. And he's playing fantastic golf. He is 2nd overall in the FedEx Cup ranking. Him and Scotty Scheffler are kind of dominating the FedEx Cup right now. It's Scotty Scheffler at 4,351 points. It's Xander Schauffele at 2,689 points. And then it's Rory McIlroy at 1,930 points. It's what, 1,700 between Xander and Scotty, and then 700 between Xander and Rory. These guys, I mean, there's gaps, right? I mean, there's levels to this. Scotty Scheffler is the best golfer in the world, and that is why he is my number one golfer in the world. Fantastic at every aspect of golf. On approach, the best. Strokes gained off the tee, one of the best. Strokes gained around the green, one of the best. He finally learned how to putt. He's been very dangerous on the green. Best golfer in the world, no doubt about it. No reason to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Scotty Scheffler has been fantastic, having one of the best seasons we've seen. Despite the lack of wins in the last month, that doesn't really matter. He's gonna get back to it. He hasn't played, or he played at the Charles Schwab, so he didn't play last week. But before that, it was like a month before he played again. Having the baby, of course, not playing in too many tournaments. He will be at the Memorial. I'm pretty confident in that, as it is a signature event, and these guys, of course, love playing at Jack's course. But yeah, Scotty Scheffler, he had a run from March to the end of April where if he was playing in a tournament, he won it. 4 out of 5 of those tournaments he won, and the one tournament that he didn't win, he tied for second in with a 20 or with a 11 under scorecard. Very impressive. That put him at this spot, and he's gonna be here, until another fantastic golfer shows up. So that'll wrap it up for our talk about best golfers in the world. When I get back from my short break here, we are going to be wrapping our Tuesday podcast up with talking about the Memorial and what makes it special, as it is the Memorial Week.